normally very well prepared, but this time, well, you'll see. I went to Algonquin Park at the end of November to do a hike and also to ride my bike on the old railway bike trail. I put the inflatable kayak in the car just in case. But when I got there, I had a brilliant idea. Here is the Algonquin Park Highway 60 corridor, and my area of interest for this trip was right here near the Lake of Two Rivers. I saw on the map that most of the bike trail goes very near the Madawaska River. So instead of riding my bike both ways, how about if I paddle down the river and then ride back? I love this idea. I left my bike at the boat launch at the south end of the paddling route and then drove back to the Two Rivers picnic area to get the kayak ready. I was so excited with my great idea, even though some thoughts were poking at me trying to get my attention. I hadn't done any thorough research. I was vaguely estimating the distances, and the kicker, it was getting close to noon, and sunset at this time of year is 4:40 p.m. If you are thinking that I should be listening to those thoughts poking at me, you are right. But as I said, I really wanted to do this outing, and do it now. Paddling across the lake was hard going and slow, but then the river was lovely, until I came to the dam, which I definitely did not know was there. It is an easy 50-meter portage past the dam, but it will take some time. As an aside, at times it might look like I am flying my drone, but that is not the case. I have a new 360 camera that allows me to perform some video magic. Now those thoughts that were poking at me are becoming louder. Should I turn back? Getting caught in the dark would be a problem, and too big a problem to risk, so decision made, I'm turning back. I suddenly feel so much more relaxed. I can take my time and enjoy the river. Whew. My feet are absolutely freezing. This is how far I paddled, and this is how far there was still to go. I paddled back just to here, and then walked back to my car along the highway. And I'm just going to stow the kayak and come back in the morning, and we'll see if we can get all the way down to where the bike is. Good morning. I'm up early today. The plan is to go and check in on the kayak and the bike, make sure everything is good, and then once the sun comes up, I'm going to be on my way. Today, I am back to my usual self, and I am much better prepared for this adventure. I'm pretty sure I have all the important things, and including one of the most important things is the key to the bike lock. I have more than 8 hours till dark. I bought a detailed canoe route map from the main gate yesterday and scrutinized the route. The dam and the portage are indeed marked on there. I have calculated exact distances, and I have prepared a plan B in case there is a problem with my bike when I get to the end of the paddle. I also have a map downloaded in AllTrails. The Madawaska River originates right here in Algonquin Park, and it goes 230 kilometers to Arnprior, where it empties into the Ottawa River. And past the dam here, it is a lovely, narrow, smooth, calm river to paddle. It's just wonderful to be out in quiet nature like this. In the late 1800s, this river was used to transport logs to Quebec City. Canadian artist Tom Thompson painted along this river in 1916, the year before he died mysteriously at age 39. This is a campsite that is accessed by paddling only. There are about 2,000 of these across Algonquin Park. And now that I've passed the bridge, it will be quite close to where the bike is parked. The whole old railway bike trail is 16 kilometers long from Cache Lake to Rock Lake. But here we are focused on a 12.5 kilometer section that ends at the Two Rivers store, where, by the way, they rent bikes. The bike trail is mostly flat and scenic, with bridges and views of the lakes and the Madawaska River. It is not very smooth, though. It is muddy in spots, and you have to pay attention because there are lots of small rocks. If you are only doing the bike ride and not the paddle, the bike trail allows you to see quite a lot of the river and lakes. To be honest, I found the bike trail to just be a convenient way to get back to my car after paddling down the river. It was really the same scenery as the paddle, but being on the river itself was much more scenic. One thing you don't see on the paddle is the old airfield at Mew Lake Campground. It's such a cool place to cycle or walk around. They did a prescribed burn here in 2012 in order to preserve the wide open landscape for wildlife and to recreate natural conditions that existed in Algonquin Park in the past. I'm so happy I did this paddle and cycle adventure, and I have reminded myself how important it is to be safe and be prepared when heading out in the wilderness. It is also a good reminder to take my time and really enjoy what I'm seeing along the way. These two maps show two options for a paddle cycle outing in this area, the full, longer version and the shortcut version.